This is article from the Hindu Sisi again. Governing Egypt during an economic crisis is not going to be easy. For Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, the Egyptian president who captured power through a military coup in the year 2013, winning a re-election was the easy part. In Egypt's presidential elections, sitting presidents always win the huge margins. In the December 10-12 elections, Mr. Sisi, a former general, faced three little-known candidates, while his most vocal opponent, Ahmed Tantawi, was barred for contesting. State-affiliated media can accompany like coverage touting the president's achievements. Mr. Sisi unsurprisingly won 89.6% of the votes, extending his rule to 2013. The tougher part, however, is to govern the most populous Arab country now struggling with economic and geopolitical crisis. When the Mr. Sisi toppled Egypt's first freely elected president, Mohammed Morsi, a Muslim Brotherhood leader, the military's narrative was that the brothers had violated the spirit of 2011 revolution that brought down the regime of dictator Hosni Mubarak. But Egypt slid back to the Mubarak years under Mr. Sisi's rule, the regime which killed hundreds of pro-Brotherhood protesters on August 14, 2013 to restore an order, has tolerated little criticism and dissent since then. But Mr. Sisi also projected himself as a source of stability and bulwark against terror, and launched an ambitious debt-funded infrastructure projects, including the new desert capital city outside the Cairo. When he starts in a news term, what requires Mr. Sisi's attention is the economy. Hyperinflation at 35% has already pushed many Egyptians into poverty. External debt stood at $162.9 billion in the December 2022, and some 40% of the GDP. According to the central bank, Egypt, which is facing some heavy repayments in the year 2024, is already in talks with the IMF and other foreign creditors for further assistance. What has made matters worse has been Israel's war on Gaza, which shares border crossing with Egypt. Pro-Palestine sympathies have historically been high in Egypt, which signed a peace treaty with Israel in the 1979. While Israel's restlessness bombing pushed thousands to the border, Mr. Sisi tried to walk a fine line, publicly condemning the bombardment and calling for a ceasefire, but stopping short of drastic measures that would endanger peace with Israel. Mr. Sisi has also said he would not be complicit with any Israel plan for mass eviction of the Palestinians from Gaza. But if the war drags on, he will come under the greater pressure to let Palestinian refugees in, which may have economic and political consequences. Between a calamitous war next door and worsening economic conditions at home, his challenge is to offer a stable rule in the country that has seen a regime-changing street protests and a coup in the recent past. This is an article from The Hindu.